Lighten the day.
Heaven is the destination, Jesus is the road.
Am I the only one that didn't know the Magi traveled so far to see Jesus? This is going to blow your mind. In Matthew chapter 2, verse 1 to 12, we meet the Magi, wise men from the east. They saw a bright star and knew it meant a new king had been born. So they packed their bags and followed the star all the way to Jerusalem. But King Herod was not happy. He was jealous and scared of losing his throne. He called the chief priests and teachers of the law and asked where this new king was to be born. They told him about the prophecy from Micah, saying it would be in Bethlehem. Herod pretended to be interested and asked the Magi to find the child and report back to him. But really, he had evil plans. The star led the Magi to Jesus. They gave him gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh, symbols of his kingship, his priesthood, and his future sacrifice. Warned in a dream, they didn't go back to Herod, but returned home by another route. This story reminds us that even from his birth, Jesus was recognized as a king and savior, and that sometimes we must follow our own path, no matter what others may say. Thanks for watching, and remember, the journey is just as important as the destination. Why do ancient prophecies still matter today? Let's explore a story where divine guidance saved lives. In Matthew chapter 2, verses 13 to 18, an angel warns Joseph in a dream to escape to Egypt with Mary and baby Jesus. Why Egypt? This fulfilled Hosea's prophecy. Out of Egypt I called my son. Herod, fueled by anger, orders the massacre of all boys in Bethlehem under 2 years old, fulfilling Jeremiah's sorrowful prophecy. In parallel, Joseph's obedience directly saved Jesus, just as Jacob's son Joseph invited his family to Egypt in Genesis. God used Egypt as a sanctuary in both stories. It's a striking reminder of how listening to God can change everything. Joseph's faith and Herod's rage show the contrast between divine will and human wrath. As Christians, it's crucial to heed God's guidance. You never know the impact your obedience might have. And remember, letting anger guide us can lead to sin, just as Herod's fury caused immense suffering. So next time you hear that divine whisper, trust and follow it. Who knows the prophecies that might be fulfilled through your faith? Are you struggling to find the light at the end of the tunnel? Joseph's journey shows us how to trust in God's timing. In Matthew chapter 2, verses 19 to 23, we see Joseph faithfully following God's instructions. After King Herod's death, an angel told Joseph to return to Israel, so he did. But when he learned that Herod's son was ruling Judea, God guided him to Galilee, fulfilling the prophecy that Jesus would be called a Nazarene. What's amazing here? Joseph didn't question, didn't hesitate. He trusted God's timing and perspective. Remember the wise men's gifts. Those weren't just treasures, they were God's provision for Joseph's family in Egypt. God's timing often doesn't align with ours. When life's challenges cloud your vision, remember that God sees the bigger picture. Think of Joseph's obedience. It saved his family and fulfilled God's plan. Just as God brought Joseph back from Egypt, echoing the Exodus, he leads us out of our darkest times into his light. So what can we learn? Trust in God's timing, be patient and stay obedient. When things seem tough, remember God's got the ultimate GPS. He sees what we can't. Keep the faith and let his timing unfold. You got this.
Where every broken heart finally heals, his kingdom's coming and it won't fade. Eternal reign, no